Well, I had COVID, and so I'm still immune up until the middle or a little bit later of this month. Supposedly, you hear so many different stories, you don't know what to believe, but that's the general consensus. And so I have sometimes some of my family come in small groups. We wear masks and we try to keep our distance. And I haven't gone back to church yet. I'm still watching that online. I don't have the vaccine yet. They've run out of the first dose in Utah, so I have to wait until we get some more of the first dose. Anyway.
In general, though, there's no verboten on visits.
What's that?
I said in general, there's not a prohibition on visits, though, in Utah.
No, I don't think so. I think if you wear masks and maintain your distance, it's okay. Hello, Bjorn.
Just got to be smart about it.
Eric, good to see you.
Hi.
Hello, Kim again. Kim's busy today.
Love your sweater, Kim.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's right. It's daytime with you guys.
What did you say, Bjorn?
Looks very Scandinavian.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's Norwegian.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. Gunshun.
I have one like that.
Norwegian.
I have one something like that that's at least 30 years old, maybe 40. I don't know.
They're so classic. Timeless.
So I inherited my mother's and my grandfather's Norwegian sweaters. And some of my grandfathers are probably 60 years old. And I wear them.
Good for you. They look awesome.
Well, this one's new. Mark gave it to me for Christmas. But so, and you guys, I'm just going to give my love to everybody quickly. And I am in the middle of doing flowers for a wedding. So,
in which country?
I'm in the United States.
Are you for hire? We have another one coming up.
You do? Who?
One of the last triplet, Lauren.
Where's the wedding going to be?
It's in. I'm kidding, Kim. It's in Arizona.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
let me. So let me just. This is my very good friend, Amy Curtis.
Amy Curtis.
And,
okay.
And we are putting. So let me just show you this beautiful bouquet. This is for Cynthia Smart, Owen's daughter.
Nice.
So I'm cheap labor. But I love you all. I've got to get back to flowers. Just know I'm thinking of everybody, and I'll see you guys next month. Okay.
Bye.
Hey.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, Bjorn, what's the situation in Britain right now with the COVID?
Yeah, what's the situation? They seem to flow into one. I'm trying to remember what the last day update was and whether there's been I think it's the same as it was last time. We are still at the lockdown here, where they're asking everybody to stay home. They passed 100,000 deaths assigned to COVID, or whatever wording is. Yeah. Other than that, I think nobody wants anybody from the UK. British.
Let's try on.
Somebody-
Sorry, I can't hear you, Björn. There's, yeah, someone has their mic up,
Somebody needs to mute.
Your arms forward. You'll notice your chest will cave in a little bit.
TV or the
Then press the
radio
palms
is.
forward.
Everyone who's not muted is up. Something
That's
happened.
better. Are they
Yeah.
letting travelers from the US come into the UK?
Yeah, although they did recently decide that they wouldn't let people in from high risk countries unless they quarantined in special
Is the US a high risk country?
quarantines. I don't think so. I
No.
don't think so.
Wasn't it
We have
Egypt and some of the, yeah, we have the same in the Netherlands, same rules.
Our stake president told me that we have a missionary from our stake that was assigned to Germany, and he got as far as, I can't remember where in the UK, and Germany closed their borders. So
Yeah,
For the UK, yeah. So did we.
yeah. I think in general, people coming from the UK are having problems going elsewhere because of this
Because
British
of the
variant
British
mutation, which is I can't remember the English word for it, but which apparently is you stand a greater chance of being infected by it.
It's more
but other than that,
contagious.
yeah, more contagious. That's the word I was looking for. But other than that, the UK is actually doing fairly well with regards to vaccinating people. I think in terms of number of people, it's about where the US is. Not in terms of number of people, but in terms of number of people per population or something like that.
What vaccine are you using there?
All of them.
All of them.
I'm pretty sure it is actually all of them, except the Russian one.
Yeah. Okay.
Although the one that was actually created in the UK came out a little bit later, and I'm not 100% certain whether they have started using that or are about to, or yeah, it's either they have recently or are about to start using that one.
Okay.
I think that's what they call the AstraZeneca/Oxford one.
Yeah.
Without trying to imply that I'm an expert on this.
There are a lot of so-called experts on it.
Yeah,
But,
the
sorry,
British,
go ahead.
the British mutation has also taken over the Netherlands. We now have more British, mutation COVID cases than the original one. So we're being invaded.
I think the very latest is that there is also a South African mutation.
Yeah. And a Brazilian.
Okay, and I think the South African one, the vaccines are still useful against it, but not quite as effective. And they are apparently a little bit concerned about that one. So they are, whereas a lot of things they've sort of been, I don't know how to say it. They don't seem to have been that a bit laid back about some of their actions. With the South African one, they suddenly seem to be a lot more active on, as in really checking up on people that have it and trying to trace back where it has come from and isolating people. Yeah.
Well, here they were really careful about the British one because it seemed to be more contagious, but they were also worried that it would be more fatal. And now they've come to the conclusion that it's not necessarily more fatal directly, but it's definitely more contagious. So the rates are going up again. And
I guess some of the more exciting news about this is that now, after December 31st, the UK is absolutely no longer a part of the EU in any way, shape, or form. There's already been the first spat between the UK and the EU, with the EU having made some contracts with various vaccine manufacturers.
Yeah.
The factories or the companies not delivering what was promised.
Exactly.
And the EU then trying to say, well, in that case, we're not going to let you send stuff that was manufactured in factories located in the EU to the UK. We're going to stop it at the borders. So
Yeah, it was pretty nasty. It was apparently
it
30%
lasted about
of
a
what
day.
was, huh?
It
What's
lasted
that?
about a day, this spat, though.
But yeah, it's well, the theory is that they sold more to the UK for more money. That was, you know, that instead of delivering to the EU, they started selling more to the UK and asked more money for it. So we'll have
Yeah, I
to
must
see.
admit, I'm not entirely certain what is up and down in this case. I haven't even tried to properly understand it. Some people said that, well, the UK actually made their order earlier than the EU, but I don't know.
Right.
So,
but
the UK is no longer part of the EU, is that right?
no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing to do with the pandemic, but that means, you know, where they said that they managed to get a free trade agreement with no tariffs and stuff like that, there's actually already lots of problems at the borders with things that people didn't realize. Oh, we can't send this across anymore, or oh, this actually costs more money now.
Both ways, right?
Both ways.
Yeah, it's
so where previously you could order anything anywhere in the EU and have it shipped to you. If Wendelin, for example, was to order something from the UK, whatever British company there is will now have to put Dutch VAT on that product, which means that the product might arrive at her doorstep with an extra bill attached.
Oh,
definitely.
And vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. Were you pro? I gather from what you said, you were pro Brexit.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't. Oh, okay. Sorry.
You can speak freely.
You have to always be careful, you know, politically.
Yeah. No, you can say bad things about the Brexiteers if you want, and I won't mind.
What a fiasco. Sorry. But we're used to that, huh?
So Eric, is Stephanie seeing any COVID cases in the hospital where she's with kids?
You're muted.
Yeah, can't hear you.
He works at Primary Children's Hospital, and so they've just had a handful of, and she's primarily in the NICU. So they've just had a handful. They have seen a significant downturn in the ordinarily very busy respiratory season.
That's what I heard.
So yeah, so they've actually,
RSV and
yeah, the RSV, those respiratory diseases that are particularly prevalent in the neonatal units each winter have been almost non-existent. So that's been the upside.
Have
But
they?
she's had, go ahead, Wendelin.
I was wondering if they've been able to trace if that's partially because of cleaner air, you know, or also because people just don't come to the hospital because of the COVID case. But I have heard, you know, Salt Lake is pretty polluted, isn't it, normally?
Yes.
But did you have less traffic and less?
Significantly less, yeah. Air quality levels have improved significantly. So it's probably a combination of less exposure and better air.
And wearing masks and washing your hands, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have found with the flu that it's correlated that the flu cases are down, and this is around the world, not just in Salt Lake.
Yeah. Because people don't.
Well, they think that there may be some sort of immunity conferred by it and stuff too. My wife was reading some stuff from Japan where they were studying it, and there was something about immunity being conferred from one to the other or something like that. They're not sure. But they're trying to research into it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird how something so bad can have also positive effects, on the environment and.
Hello, Michelle. Where are you?
Hi. Yes.
Where are you?
The airport?
At the airport.
How are you?
My regular check-in. Sister Lake, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Bless your heart. I am so sorry.
I know.
We miss him too, but I know it's day to day for you.
Yeah.
My coworker. Oh, yeah.
I live right by my neighbor.
This is Chris Christensen.
Oh, hello.
Friend, we went to high school. She was the cheerleader with Steve. Anyhow,
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Oh,
Well, thank
tell
you.
me how Teresa got to come. She came before.
Did you?
And
Did any of you hear the story about how she got here?
No, I mean.
Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love to.
Well, her two sons, one who's a student at BYU, Idaho, and one who's been attending high school in American Fork as a junior, were all set to go to Brazil to celebrate Christmas with David and Teresa. And they were all packed and ready to go. We were taking them to the airport, and the youngest one could not find his passport. He had been living in 3 different places in American Fork, and they went to all 3 places and went through them with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the passport. It has never been found. So the older boy could have gone, but he didn't want to leave his little brother here. So David and Teresa talked it over and decided the best thing would be for her to come here and celebrate Christmas with the 2 boys. Well, they had to get permission for that. It went all the way up to Elder Bednar, and he gave permission, and she came. And she got here on the 18th of December, and she was able to spend 10 days with her dad before he passed away. So the morning that he passed away, she was going back to Brazil. She woke us at 4 o'clock in the morning and gave us a hug and told us goodbye, and the boys took her to the airport. She was to have a 24-hour layover in Wichita, Kansas, where her daughter lives, who just had a brand new baby. And so she was excited to be able to see the new baby. But she just barely got to Wichita, or hadn't been there very long, when Bruce passed away, and we called her. She turned around and came back. So the lost passport was a tender mercy. The young grandson just felt terrible the day it happened. He was just devastated, but it turned out to be a blessing for all of us.
Wow.
And Teresa was able to be here for the funeral, and so
It was a beautiful service, by the way. That was also a blessing that we could all, vicariously attend.
I'm
And
glad
it
you
was,
could.
it was so moving. Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
I wonder how many missionaries were actually on it. I'm sure a large percentage, to be honest. It was great.
I think at the top I saw like 200 people or something like that attached
Yeah.
to the thing. So, I mean, President Lake had a wide net of people he influenced throughout his life, so I'm sure there was a lot of different people on there. But
Yeah, he did. I've been amazed at the number of people who have reached out since he passed away. Things I didn't even know anything about. Our son who lives in Portland, our oldest one, spent last week with me, helping me through all the legal and financial things that have to be taken care of.
That's nice.
There are just so many things. But one of the things we are very grateful for, and which you might all want to think about, is that we have a trust. And that makes things a lot easier when one of you passes away. So anyway, but I'm not very conversant with all of this stuff that has to be done. I really did need his help. Couldn't have done it without him.
That's good that he was there.
So
Well, I recall that he said a couple of months ago that he had now finished with his personal history, and I guess what we can learn from that is don't finish your personal history.
I haven't gotten into his history yet, but that's one of my goals this year, is to get it put together to give to our kids for Christmas. So that'll probably take me all year to get that done.
It's interesting how as you get older, that becomes more important to you. My dad's been working on these things for the last while, and he keeps coming out with new revisions of his book. He has several books about his history, as well as from my mom's side, that he's gathered the different things. And he wrote something about he's written various small pamphlets as well, but his mind is drawn to sharing this information with his family, his own history. And he uses an online publisher where we can download it for free if we just want the PDF, but you can, they'll bind it for you for a small fee.
Mm-hmm.
And he's given those books to us for Christmas and things like that.
Cool.
That sounds great.
But it's interesting, as you get older, your mind's brought more for the importance of that. When you're younger, you're just busy with trying to keep your head above water and stuff. So
yeah.
So Michelle, are they enforcing everybody that gets on a plane now has to have a mask?
Oh yes, sorry. Oh. Sorry, our truck is on its way. Yes, everybody who is in the airport at all is always masked, and we are cleaning the planes top to bottom. Sorry, my battery is low. I don't know how long I'll last on this call, but yeah, it's really safe. In fact, they're configuring. They're testing our airplanes just like they test a hospital room. So we have to be sure we do our job and get all the bacteria out. And I would feel safe flying. I went to Palm Springs last week, so yeah, it's safe to fly. But it's a weird time. The new airport is done, and I mean not done, half done, and they're just about to take down the old tower, and things are looking very different around here. But I can't imagine if we were at full speed of how we would be managing half an airport. So right now it's just about the right size for COVID.
Well, Teresa was saying that she had to walk.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you. Teresa was saying that when she came, that she had to walk just so far to get from the gate, out to where the luggage was.
Yeah, they've shut down the old terminal, and they're working on that since they've opened the new terminal. So I think eventually it won't be such a long walk, but now it's like a 20-minute or 30-minute walk.
She said it was a real hike.
It is.
Wow.
Sounds like LA or something. There you have to walk about 5 miles just to get anywhere in the airport there.
Or Atlanta. That's a pretty big one.
At least doesn't Atlanta have those trains though you can hop on?
It could be, but I remember being pregnant and running like 2 kilometers to catch her flight. Oh yeah.
I had to do that in Dallas once. It was terrible.
You probably weren't pregnant.
And I was
No, I was not. That's for sure. So some people accuse me of that now because I need to lose some weight. But
I bet you, Michelle, that after COVID subsides, that people will just go crazy traveling and flying. That will just, catching up on our
I
fan
agree.
day.
I understand JetBlue is now going to be flying to London in the near future. But yeah.
From Salt Lake?
Can you hear me? I don't even know if
Mm-hmm.
well, we could.
it's set up here. So I'll just kind of listen in. Since you probably can't hear me very well.
So who did you say is going to be flying to the UK?
JetBlue.
Oh, JetBlue.
Wow. Yeah, KLM has had to let pilots and flight attendants go.
Sorry.
Is the sound gone?
I can see Ramona's name on the screen, but I can't see Ramona.
Yeah.
You there, Ramona? Oh, there she is.
Sorry, I've had it on and I'll keep it on. I just finished exercising and I was doing yoga, so I'm sorry I didn't have it on mute. So anyway, I was just finished up and just been enjoying listening to the conversation and doing yoga too. It helps me relax.
Good. Good. We should do a team yoga.
What's that?
We should do Zoom yoga.
Oh, yes.
I'd love to see Rick do Zoom yoga.
No Zoom yoga.
I found out that Elder Yates does a lot of yoga.
Oh yeah.
Really?
He's on Strava, and just about every day I see 2 Strava entries. One says his walk to yoga, and then the other is an hour of, what does he call it? Hot something yoga. I guess it's one of the.
What's that Indian? Yuravida yoga, something like that.
I don't know. It's not coming to me. That doesn't sound familiar. I'll look it up real quick.
Did you say hot yoga though?
Yeah, I think it's hot yoga.
Now he listens in.
Sounds a lot better than cold yoga.
I've done hot yoga once and it about killed me. It's tough.
Yeah, it takes a lot of getting used to. I did it for about a month when I first injured, when I was recovering from injuring my shoulder. And it takes a long time to get used to that much heat. So
Vinyasa, hot vinyasa fusion.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what that means.
it actually makes your muscles more pliable too, though. It helps. It's once you get used to the heat, it's easier to hold poses, and you're just a lot more flexible when your muscles are warm like that.
Oh.
But I just do it off of Amazon Prime. There's a Julia Marie, so that I like to do. It's 30 minutes and it's perfect.
Oh, that's the great thing about internet, that you get all these free classes, yoga, meditation, whatever you want is out there.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So I will probably turn my video back off. I don't think you all need to see my
You'll do
ugly, sweaty grossness. So
You
if I
look
can figure out
you
how
look
to do
just
it.
fine, Ramona. I
Oh,
gotta
that's
take a
what
phone
we
call.
heard. That's the sound. So, Paul, how have you been?
Pretty good. I
Long
consider
time no see, considering.
Can I call you back in just a minute?
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've told this group that I'm a grandpa finally.
Oh, I think I should see that.
Congratulations.
Did I tell you?
Congrats.
Yeah, my oldest son who lives in Newport Beach, they have a child, they have a daughter in December. And it was kind of funny because we had like a week or two before she was delivered, we had Chinese food and I had a fortune cookie and it said something about, well, actually it's right here. It says this current year, let's see, this current year will bring you happiness. And I was thinking 2020, this was done a long time ago. But anyway, she was born on the 13th of December. So I wrote her name and date there on to remind me there was something good that happened in 2020.
Yeah. Nice.
I haven't gotten to see her yet though. But at the end of this month, we're going to go down. Suzanne's already been down, you know, she did the grandmotherly thing and helped out for a couple weeks.
Is that Newport, California?
Yeah, it's down by Huntington Beach, kind of
South of LA. That's where I was born.
Newport Beach?
Yep, Hoag Hospital.
Wonder if it was the same hospital.
Small world.
It worked for me.
I'm just looking, I mean, today is pretty nice for here, but I'm looking forward to going down wearing shorts and flip-flops. Like every time I see a picture of my son, that's what he's wearing. A friend of mine told me it's sort of poor man's Hawaii. So.
That was Teresa that just called me on the phone. I get to talk to her every day if I want to, and I can't help but compare what it was like when we were all in Munich, and it took 2 weeks to get a letter around the circuit, and we never used the phone because it was so expensive. And now I can talk to Teresa every day.
Yeah, that is when sometimes when I'm at the supermarket and you know our daughter Lindsay lives in Salt Lake, and you know you can just video call or just WhatsApp call in the super. You know if she calls, it's like I remember thinking, oh, you know, if you emigrate and you're so far away from your family and you know it takes a week for a letter to arrive or longer now. And now it's,
Where does she live in Salt Lake, Gwendolyn?
In Murray. Well, actually, she used to live with my mother-in-law, but now she's had an apartment for a few years now. And so I think it's still Murray officially. What is it? Cottonwood? No, Cottonwood was where my mother-in-law lived.
Cottonwood Heights.
Yeah.
That's
it's part. I think it's part of Murray.
Okay. All right.
So but she misses. You know, she couldn't come home in February. So luckily, we were there not last Christmas, but the Christmas before that, we visited for the first time in the winter. So we had seen her. But yeah, that's weird. And it is far, you know.
Do any of you ever have any contact with Bettina Goodnison?
Not directly.
I have a little.
How's she doing?
My mother actually has a lot of contact. I mean, you may recall that they were in the same ward as us. Yeah. She became really good friends with my mom, and I think they have very regular calls. As far as I understand it, it's been difficult, as can be expected.
Sure.
As some of you know, that the brothers got a fundraising together to collect some money for them, and that's certainly of help to them, apparently.
That's good.
I think Kim is in contact from time to time.
Kim?
So, yeah, Kim.
Or is she?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
We don't seem to have a whole lot to say today.
Oh.
Contemplate.
Yeah, and they're wider.
I was gonna ask who's had their vaccine.
Well, I'm
Has
supposed
anybody
to
had
be,
their vaccine?
I'm supposed to be able to get mine, but I had an appointment for this Saturday, but they canceled it because it wasn't 90 days after my positive test. So when I went to reschedule it, they're all out of the first vaccine doses in Utah, so I have to wait.
So what's the policy in Utah? Is it medical
Frontline.
professionals first and
Yes, teachers,
then,
people
oh yeah,
over the age of 70.
okay, yeah.
Healthcare workers that work specifically with like in
Frontline workers, yeah.
facilitated care or whatever.
And elderly care, I'm sure too, because that's where the
Yeah.
My wife was offered and she was going to, but then at the last minute she talked to somebody who had it and then got cold feet who had it, one of her coworkers, and didn't do it, and then missed out when she wanted to go do it. So she has to wait for the next round. She works in the ICU in the ICU and has COVID patients coming through there. So
yeah.
My wife had her second vaccination last week.
Oh, did she? Oh, that's good.
My dad got his, but he's in the over 70 crowd. So
did Stephanie get sick at all with the second one?
No, the first one she just had, her arm was quite sore, more sore than usual with a vaccination. The second one, she experienced some fatigue and a little bit of body ache, but not as bad as her coworkers felt.
My mother-in-law got her second shot a week ago, and she hasn't had any symptoms at all. She's been fine.
Strange. My daughter had a full-blown case of COVID, and then she's been over that for quite a while. And then because she's a teacher, they offered her the vaccine, and she took it for some reason. And that first dose really brought her down. And that kind of goes in line with something I had heard, but just, I don't know, I guess there was an exception. Whoever was just saying that the second dose didn't hurt. I've heard the second dose is the one that gets you because somehow your body is now sensitive to the thing. So it would make sense that she would be sensitive to the first shot if she already had overcome COVID before, I guess. I don't know.
Was it 90 days? Did she wait the 90 days? Do you know?
Yeah, it's been at least that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Vaccines are weird. I got the shingles vaccine last year, and the first one just wiped me out. The next day, it felt like I had the flu and I couldn't go to work. And then someone who had both, that was a two-part, and someone who had both said, "Oh, the second one's even worse." So I prepared for that, and I didn't even have any injection site pain. And I thought, did they mess up and just give me saline or something?
Yeah, it's very individual.
Different people react differently. I remember when I was young, I was a flight attendant, and I had to get some shots, to go to the tropics and things, to Africa, and I thought, oh, I'll be fine, I'll just do some shopping afterwards. And you got them in your leg and in your rear. And I thought, yeah, I'll be fine. And then half an hour into it, I was walking down the street in Frankfurt, or not, in Amsterdam, and I sort of started limping. I mean, not because it was, painful, but literally my my leg was giving way. So it just stiffened up, like my whole leg, not just, the shot, the location. So yeah, but those are, I think they're notorious, those types of vaccinations. But yeah, I think every patient, every individual responds differently.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to leave you and call Teresa back.
Well, I was able to get my shot because
Oh.
I'm a substitute teacher,
Nice.
and I got my the Moderna shot.
Oh, yeah.
My arm just hurt, and I think I've had a little weird taste in my mouth, but other than that, I haven't noticed really anything bad.
How long ago was it?
My husband got the Pfizer, and he was fine with the first one. The second one, he just had one day of a bad headache and aches all over. So maybe 24 hours, and then he was fine. So maybe, Sister Lake, you can wait for the Johnson & Johnson, and it's just one shot. And then you'll get it. I don't know. I'm sorry your appointment got canceled. That's kind of, but it's because you had the disease.
Because I had the disease.
Positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hadn't waited 90 days. But the only thing I have left from having the disease is that I don't taste. I can't taste. I can't taste chocolate. And that's
terrible.
That's
But other tastes are fine, right?
Yeah. But that is real torture.
If you're in Germany, you would be a critical patient.
I would be. That's for sure.
Chocolate is like a necessity in Germany, right?
Oh boy. Good to see all of you, and
good to see you. Love you, Sister Lake.
Tell Teresa hi.
I will do that, and thank you all for your expressions of love and support. I appreciate it so much. You can't imagine how much it means until you've been there.
Not to us.
Thank you so much.
I love you so much.
Love you.
Love you all.